All right, so I've done a few videos with these refillable propane tanks now. And one other thing I want to try, I've had a few questions about, and I really don't know, so I want to try it as well. Basically, what I want to do now that we kind of know all the details about, these refillables and the disposable, let's put them to real world use and let's see how long I can run my big buddy on high for each one of these. Now, this is not super scientific, and honestly it's probably going to be really close between each one of them because I hold a pound of propane and a pound of propane only burns so long, so it's probably going to be very similar, but it will be a good comparison to see between the disposable, the one that's filled from the factory, you burn it and throw it away, and the Flame King and the Mr. Heater Fuel Keg. Both of these are filled per instructions, filled to the top. And then, as I said, this one is filled from the factory. And just on a side note, I went and bought this thing, just for this video purposes. And I was going to buy it at Holiday, and it was $11.99, $10.99, $11.99. At any rate, it was $10 or $11. And yeah, so I went across the street over to the hardware store, and even there, it was $8. So you're not getting these for $5 too often anymore. There are times you could get these for $2, $3, and on sale you still can if you buy them in a 4-pack at Walmart or Fleet Farm or something. But if you're in a pinch and you got to run into Holiday and get one of these, you're going to pay $11, $12. So keep that in mind. When you're buying these for $15 or $16 and basically unlimited refills. So all right, let's go outside. Let's hook it up to the big buddy. Run it on high. We'll throw a timer on it, and we'll see how it compares. I expect they're going to be really close, but who knows? Maybe one will run significantly longer than the other, and just another comparison point. So let's head outside. Okay, we're going to start off with the Coleman disposable, and per the big buddy heater specs, the BTUs is 18,000 and a pound. 1 pound tank on high should last about 80 minutes. So we're going to fire this up. We'll start a timer and we'll just see how long it goes. All right. Flip that over to high and let's start our timer. Should go about 80 minutes. So real quickly here, as we're waiting for this first pound of propane to burn off, I just wanted to go over the burn rates and the formulas and the math behind that. So a pound of propane contains 23,000 BTUs, and you can use a formula for whatever device you're using and the burn rate. So for example, this big buddy at the high setting will burn 18,000 BTUs per hour. You do the math on that, it's 300 BTUs per minute, and then divide that into the 23,000. We should get 75 minutes of burn time on that 1 pound of propane. And obviously it holds 2 tanks, so you could put 2 of them in there, then you just double that up, and you should get a 150 minutes or whatever that is. So again, each setting burns a different BTU rate, and each device is different too. So whatever device you're using, whether it be a grill or a heater or a torch or whatever, you can do the math to figure out how long that's going to last, per pound. Just use that 23,000 BTUs per pound and do the math, and you can figure that out. So again, we should get 75 minutes on that, and we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. All right, so we're at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and I can tell it's getting a little dimmer, and I think she's getting close to shutting down here. Hearing that high pitch when the tank gets a little empty, so we're close. Okay, it just went out, and look at that, pretty close to that time we were talking about. 1 hour, 15 minutes, 75 minutes. Science. There's what it looks like. It's pretty frosty. If I shook that up a little bit, I might be able to get a couple more minutes, but that last couple minutes, it was pretty dim and sputtering, so we're going to call it, and we're going to do the Flame King next. Okay, Flame King is up and running. Burn good. Timer on. Come back in an hour. All right, we're here with the Flame King. Get a little frosty. And we're at 55 minutes. She's getting pretty dim. Not sure this one's going to make the full 75 minutes, but we'll see. All right, that's about all she wrote for the Flame King 109.16. She's pretty frosty. All right, next we're going to go with the Mr. Heater Fuel Keg. So here's an interesting development as I was putting this tank on. Look at that. That is not good. Not good at all. I don't know what caused that, but I don't like that one bit. It's sealed once I tighten it up, but as I was tightening that on, it was spraying out propane. Yeah, not good. We'll run the test, but keep that in mind. All right, heater's running, timer's going. Let's try the fuel keg. Okay, we're at the 57 mark. This one's starting to get pretty dim here too. It's a little darker out right now, so it looks like it's brighter, but it is dimming. And quite frosted up on the tank as well. So we'll check back here. I'm guessing it's gonna peter out here probably another 10 minutes. Also, as we're waiting for this to die out here, I was just going to show you. So these, the disposable and the Flame King, you know, these have warmed up a bit now after not being used here for a bit, and I can still feel a little bit in here. The same with the Flame King, and I think what happens is as it, you know, as the propane's used and it gets towards the bottom, it starts freezing up and you lose your pressure. So that's another bonus of using these refillables is, you know, a lot of times guys will use these and, you know, till they shut off or whatever, and, you know, they'll just get tossed to the trash. Whereas the unused propane in these refillables, you know, doesn't go to waste. I can imagine how many of these get thrown away with just a little bit of propane left, so just keep that in mind. Another bonus for the refillable. Okay, that's all she wrote for the Mr. Heater Fuel Keg 116.17. So about a minute longer than that disposable and a few minutes longer than the Flame King. And it's pretty frosted up there, so yeah. As expected, about the same across the three. Okay, so just a fun little test to see how those compared against each other. I've been really impressed with the Mr. Heater Fuel Keg. I think that's a good addition to these refillable tanks. However, I didn't like how it was leaking like that. And I don't know if they all do that or if I just got a bad tank or something. So what I'm going to do before I finish the video here, I'm going to take that off, let it warm up a bit. I'm going to refill it again, inspect the threads, inspect the valves, and I'm going to try to attach it to the heater again. And if it sprays like that again, I'm probably going to return it or quit using it, because that's not acceptable for that to be spraying as you're attaching it to the heater. So stay tuned, we'll try that next. So, unfortunately it's dark out now, but I did get this fuel keg filled back up again. Everything else looks good as far as the threads and everything, so we're going to try this again and see if we get some leaks. Okay, we're screwing in. Huh. I'm still hearing a little bit of a leak when I turn this on. Not as bad. You know, maybe the more you use this, the more it'll get broken in. I don't know, or maybe it's getting worse. No, it's still leaking a bit when you put it on there, but it does seal once you get it on there. So just for the heck of it, let's try this other side here. No, it still wants to leak when it gets to this spot right here. You hear that? But then it does seal up. But I really don't like that. I guess more to come on that leaky seal. I don't think that's ideal, but it's not, at least it seals up eventually. So, like I said, more to come.